One of the benefits of living in California is stumbling onto a movie set. Not sure what they're filming, but this is right across the street from me. And looks like they're in the middle of production on something. I wonder what it could be, and I wonder if we'll end up getting it on physical media. Anybody see any celebrities? Welcome to the party, pal. I hope you're doing well. Wasn't that cool checking out that movie set? That's really what they look like from the outside. Just a whole bunch of trailers, bathrooms, and wagons, and things like that. And usually that's where they set up the catering and all that kind of boring production stuff. I didn't see any celebrities. I'm not sure what is shooting, but I'll keep you posted if I do find out. However, today is Review Roundup. I've got a stack of movies here. 8, well, a little bit more than 8 to be fair, because I'm going to be doing the entire Inner Sanctum box set, which is 6 films. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be towards the end of the video. But I thought I'd kick one off right now. We're going to be running some errands, so I hope you'll stick around with me, run some errands with me. We'll chat some physical media. So before we enter Target, I thought I would do one of the reviews, and this is Clue. Who hasn't seen Clue? If you haven't seen Clue, my God, go see it. I got this Blu-ray a while back. I haven't seen it until recently, actually. It was the first movie of the new year that I watched with the family. This, of course, is based on the classic board game, the family-friendly board game of murder. This is probably the best version of any kind of board game movie ever made. Actually, there hasn't been that many, to be honest. Haven't been a Monopoly or Candyland. Anyway, Clue rocks. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. This Blu-ray has really no special features except the 3 surprise endings, or 3 different alternate endings, which you can either view separately on their own or baked into the movie, which I suggest you do. Highly recommend Clue if you haven't seen it. It's fantastic. It's very funny. Great cast. I mean, you got, there's so many people. It's insane. Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn, Christopher Lloyd, Michael McKean, Martin Mull, directed by Jonathan Lynn, who I don't know, but the story was written by John Landis. Seagulls having a battle over my head, so that's probably my cue to go inside the Target and get out of the range of seagull diarrhea. Speaking of board games, Monopoly guy. Who remembers the Zelda gold cartridge? How cool is this? This isn't the cartridge. This is what you would think is just a square, but it is a pen and plant pot. Just came across this rookie Oreos. They're a brownie, original cream, and cookie dough triple layer cream. This is nuts. We would definitely be buying this if it wasn't for all the gluten. However, what I really came for is over here. Yes. I'm playing a couple live shows and I'm gonna need some quick energy. Well, pal, I'm done at Target and I circled around the movie set real quick to find out if the movie title was listed anywhere, and I see the typical yellow crew sign behind me. It doesn't really say a name of a movie. It's sort of an acronym, ABLSS. I have no idea what it stands for. If you do, let me know down in the comments, but I assume it's something secret. So keep your eye out for any movie coming out with ABLSS as its acronym. Could be anything, honestly, at this point. But while I'm here, why don't I review my second movie of the day? This is El Bruto, released by VCI, believe it or not. They're releasing a lot of really great classic Mexican films here. El Bruto was directed by Luis Buñuel, of all people, believe it or not. This has no features on it, unfortunately. It's just the movie, 81 minutes, 1953, black and white. The movie is essentially about this kind of like big, hulking, muscular dude who's hired by a property owner to help evict a couple of poor, people that live in his little tenement building kind of thing. It's not a horror movie. I was kind of I was surprised because I thought since they had other Mexican horror movies that this would be sort of in that vein. It's not a horror movie. It's more of a drama, really, but it's almost a Shakespearean drama, if I could put it in that term. It's very much a twisty, turny drama about a guy who's basically used for his brawn to evict poor people, and then he falls in love with one of the people he has to evict. He accidentally kills her father. She doesn't know that. They fall in love. He's also having an affair with his boss's wife. There's a lot of intrigue, a lot of stuff. It's not your typical B-grade, black and white kind of grinder. It's a really well-made film. Really great acting, great story, very Shakespearean, like I said. highly recommend El Bruto if you want to see some great Mexican drama. Well, back in the car, heading to the next location. I've got to give my Tesla a little bit of a charge. While the car drives, I'll talk to you about Inquisition. This is a very special film released by Mondo Macabro on Blu-ray here. It is special because not only does it star Paul Naschy, the amazing Paul Naschy, it is his directorial debut. Now, from the title, you can guess what it's about. It is about the Inquisition in France, believe it or not, and apparently there was no Inquisition in France, so it sort of takes a few liberties with the history. The film is what you would expect, you know, sleazy, grimy, torturous, that kind of movie. You know, if you know the phrase Inquisition, you can guess what the plot is. It's a very good movie. It's not great, but it's a good movie. It's a good watch. If you're a Naschy fan, you'll get a kick out of seeing him in it. He plays different roles in the movie. He also plays Satan in the movie. Really fun film overall. I don't know how many times I'll be rewatching it, but I did enjoy it for the most part. Lots of features here from Mondo Macabro, which is nice. It's always nice to have features. What you have here is audio commentary by Rod Barnett and Tori Gwynn. Then you get an interview with the star, Daniela Giordano, which is beautiful. And then an introduction by Paul Naschy himself, which is kind of amazing. I don't know when the hell they filmed that, but it's great to see him again. And then you get one more documentary, Blood and Sin, a documentary on Spanish horror. So lots of good stuff on this release for Inquisition from Mondo Macabro. I suggest you check it out if you're into Naschy. If you're not into Naschy, and if you're not into like Inquisition type movies, I would skip it overall. Well, pal, while the car gets a little recharge, let's talk the Inner Sanctum Mysteries put out by Mill Creek. This is a wonderful, wonderful collection of mini movies. I call them mini movies because they're really, some of them are barely over an hour long. I think the longest movie is an hour and 6 minutes. The Inner Sanctum Mysteries are based on the old radio show, the Inner Sanctum Radio Show. A couple special features, actually a lot of special features on here. One of them revealed that the movie series is not based on the radio show because of rights issues and things like that. There's like 3 or 4 really good documentaries on here, special features that go into the history, the making of the movies. One about the radio show, one about the film series itself, interview with one of the actors, commentary on selected movies. I think Calling Dr. Death and Strange Confession have commentary tracks. 6 movies on this lovely little mini box set. I call it mini, but a box set, it's 6 movies. That's a lot. You have Calling Dr. Death, Weird Woman, Dead Man's Eyes, The Frozen Ghost, Strange Confession, and Pillow of Death. Pillow of Death has the stupidest name, but it's the best of the franchise of all 6 movies. Pillow of Death is my favorite. They all star, as you guessed it, Lon Chaney Jr. here. He's amazing. Murder mystery type stuff with hints of the paranormal, but it never gets too supernatural, which for some reason I remembered it being more supernatural than it was, but it is not. This box set comes with a booklet. The packaging is whatever. It's a little flimsy, but it's fine. Like I said, my favorite one is Pillow of Death. My least favorite is Strange Confession, which is more of a drama. Overall, solid fun. Like I said, longest movie's an hour and 6 minutes. That's not too bad. Most of them are like an hour and 2 minutes, an hour and 4 minutes. Really fun, really cleaned up. It's on Blu-ray, so it looks really nice. I gotta say, I don't think Mill Creek cheaped out. So there you go, Inner Sanctum Mysteries. I do highly recommend this if you like black and white movies, if you like kind of slower burn, slower paced thrillers, chamber dramas. Also, if you love radio shows, this is basically a radio show come to life. So if you love old mystery radio shows, you're gonna get a big ass kick out of Inner Sanctum Mysteries here from the wonderful people at Mill Creek who are blowing me away recently. Driving off to my next stop, and while we do that, let's chat Scary Tales from AGFA. I did enjoy this very much. Essentially what you have here is a, shot on video horror anthology type thing. It's I wouldn't say it's good, but on a sliding scale. Most people would not like this. Most people would probably turn this off after 5 minutes. But if you're into the kind of stuff that I'm into, and I have a feeling you are, if you're into really obscure, weird horror movies and You don't mind low budgets, you don't mind grade Z effects and bad acting and bad writing and all that good stuff. If you don't mind all that, you're gonna have such a fun time with Scary Tales. I had a blast. I watched this on Halloween night. Really good time. I haven't had a chance to review it yet, but Scary Tales, what a joyful experience overall this was. I'm happy I have it. Special features here, commentary track with the director, outtakes and vintage TV promo appearances, and an early horror short by director Doug Ulrich. You also get the 1987 demo version of Scary Tales. I'm not sure what that is. It also comes with a bonus movie. However, I'm going to give you a review and a warning for the bonus movie. The bonus movie is called The Darkest Soul, or Darkest Soul. It's supposed to be the follow-up to Scary Tales. I thought it was a sequel. It's not a sequel. It's a drama about drunks and drug addicts, losers that live in a small town. Imagine watching an alcoholic drama shot on VHS and acted by a bunch of 20-year-olds with no acting experience. Terrible. Awful. Next stop, Barnes & Noble. I don't have anything I need here. I just like browsing my local Barnes & Nobles. There's a 50% off sale, but it's not Criterion this time. Seems to be all, pretty much all revolving around politics, well, except for the Rachel Bloom book. But mostly politics, mostly having to do with this guy. Oh boy. Plenty of DVDs, Oh hey. Did you guys hear what happened to Bruce Willis recently? He was kicked out of a pharmacy or something because he wouldn't wear a mask. That is very disappointing, McLean. Me and the family are into puzzles, and I just discovered this. A mystery jigsaw puzzle. Here's the Orient Express. Here's the Murder on the Nile. Check this out. You read a little bit of a story. It looks like it's a 10-page story. Then you assemble the 1,000-piece puzzle to discover a detailed crime scene, and then you have to solve it by piecing together the clues. Now that is a double fun puzzle. Not only are you putting together a puzzle, but you're trying to solve a mystery as you do it. That is really cool. They do say this is not the puzzle you'll be doing. The cover here is not the puzzle that you'll be doing. Of course, they're not going to show that because that's part of the game. You have to buy it to solve it. It is $18. They've got this one. They've got Orient Express. Yeah, $18 as well. How cool is that? What do they have? Oh, yeah, they got a Sherlock Holmes one too. That is really neat. I think I'll be picking one of these up pretty soon. Yet another modern director gets a pop before Steven Spielberg or Martin Scorsese or Stanley Kubrick. But gosh, anybody else, any other big director, Ava DuVernay has a pop. If you want to go ahead and pause that if you want to read that on the back there. The director of A Wrinkle in Time has gotten a pop. I'm heading off to the next location, and since we just talked about an anthology, let's continue that with Dead of Night from Keno Lorber here. I got this as a Secret Satan gift, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Very, very happy indeed. I believe Splash with Ariel was the one who got this from me. So, Ariel, thank you so much. Dead of Night is the classic British chiller, all about a group of people in a kind of a manor house in the country, talking about weird dreams that they've had and how that's affected their life and things like that. I think the most memorable story in here is about a ventriloquist dummy. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. The ventriloquist dummy there. That's probably the most memorable story in the bunch. Really great. It has a commentary with Tim Lucas and a documentary called Remembering Dead of Night, which is excellent. Lots of good bonus stuff in that documentary. The film itself is a little slow. It's 103 minutes from 1945. If you're into creepy, kind of like old dark house type stuff, and if you like anthologies, you cannot miss Dead of Night from Keno Lorber. On to the next place. We made it to C's Candies right before they closed. Oh yeah. Ooh. Lots of Valentine treats here. Wow. Oh, look at all that good stuff. Oh, man. So hard to choose. Oh, pineapple truffle? Maybe. Maybe. Look at this Rocky Road football. It's a giant Rocky Road, what do you call it? Truffle, but it's a football. Holy crap. $16.25. And behold my score. I got a Mayfair truffle, which is a strawberry and almonds, or walnuts, I should say. Then I got a white divinity puff, which is really great. Also got a milk chocolate Bordeaux, which is Little Master's favorite. And then they gave me a little white chocolate strawberry heart as a sample. Pretty great. Speeding on to our next stop, let's talk Vinegar Syndrome. Let's talk Disconnected. Now, I had never seen this movie before. This was one that I picked up during the Black Friday sale recently, and I watched it recently because one of the actors has recently passed away. Carmine Capobianco has passed away, or Carmen, I'm not sure how he pronounced it, but he passed away. He was one of the cops in this one. He was also an associate producer. He was also the first AD on the film, which is really interesting. This is a real head scratcher of a movie. On the surface, it's sort of a psycho killer kind of movie, but spoiler alert, it does away with the psycho killer plotline about halfway through, and then it becomes a David Lynchian story where this girl is tormented by weird phone calls that she keeps getting, and we're not sure why she keeps getting them or who is sending the messages and things like that. And the movie gives us a really bizarre, only way to put it is David Lynchian type ending, involving an old man who may or may not be a ghost, who may or may not have possessed the phone. I'm not sure what happened there. If you guys know what's going on and Disconnected, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear that, because I was very, very confused. Overall, I did enjoy the movie. The lead actress in here is quite attractive. What was her name? Frances Raines. And guess what? She's apparently the great-grandniece or the grandniece of Claude Rains. So she's definitely got a pedigree there, and she was very pretty. She did a great job, you know, with all the range of emotions. She actually even plays her own twin sister in it. It's another weird kind of subplot in the film. Interesting stuff overall. Very unique regional horror is Disconnected. Special features, a ton of special features. You got a commentary track with the director and Carmine Capobianco. You have Dissecting Disconnected, an interview with the director. You have Getting Disconnected, an interview with Carmine Capobianco, which I think they filmed at the Vinegar Syndrome archive. I'm pretty sure that's where they're filming it. This is the other side. I flipped the reversible slip, by the way. I flipped the wrap. I prefer this one. The movie overall is it's a lot of fun. It's a head scratcher. It's definitely not one you want to jump into if you're starting your Vinegar Syndrome collection. But if you're interested in collecting weird regional horror, Disconnected is one to get. I highly recommend you grab it. Grab it during a sale. You don't need to pay full price, but it's a fun movie overall. I do highly recommend it. Disconnected. I think I'm gonna get myself a little coffee. I'm a little tired today. What should I get? Ooh, look at all these goodies. What the heck is that? Oh, peppermint and Jack Frost cookie. Nice. Ooh, Blondie Blast. Look at that thing. I love these fancy little tea containers. And they've got a 2021 Lunar New Year flavor. I'm not sure what exactly it has, but it's a blend reminiscent of all sorts of sweet rice cakes enjoyed during Lunar New Year with toasted rice, coconut, sesame, and caramel swirled together. Oh, that actually sounds amazing. That's great. I went with the caramel macchiato. That's an old standard for me. It's a little stronger than normal. Either she added an extra shot, which I'm not complaining about, or she kind of skimmed on the caramel. Either way, it's good. Hal, we're almost done. I've got one more piece of physical media to discuss with you. Before I do that, I do want to remind you to subscribe and hit the bell. Please hit the bell if you're new here. I'd love for you to stick around. Mastercast comes at you with your daily dose of movie love. I'll be here tomorrow. I hope you will be as well. I had such a fun time with you today. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I hope we get to hang out again very soon. Let's get to that final piece of physical media goodness, and Before you leave, make sure you leave me a thumbs up as well. That is highly appreciated. I'm talking about the film Insect. Yeah, I'm going to take it out of its protective case here. I don't know if you've seen my protective cases video, but it's still in it, and it works, and it looks great. This is Insect, put out by Code Red and Dark Force, sort of a joint operation there, and really gorgeous slip. I mean, the slip is honestly the reason to get it. Look at this thing. You probably can't tell very well from just the image, but it's a raised image. It glows in the dark. You can't see this now, and even if I shot it in the dark, it wouldn't really read on camera, unfortunately. But this is the classic 80s giant insect movie, Blue Monkey. Yes, it is Blue Monkey. That's how I know this movie. I've never heard of the title Insect. I'm assuming that's the original title, maybe for Canada or something. Blue Monkey is a great film. Basically, this alien insect runs rampant through a small hospital, eating people and breeding. And it's up to Steve Railsback and a couple of doctors to take it down and save humanity before either everybody becomes a breeding ground for more of these giant insects or food for these giant insects. Really fun movie, really fast-paced. There's never really a dull moment in this movie. I mean, you don't really see the creatures full on, with the animatronics and the goop and all the little creepy faces and the little arms and all that crap until maybe an hour, well, maybe 15 minutes into the movie. But you still get some pretty good effects with the people who are infected and the fallout for that infection. But the slip is magnificent, gorgeous slip. Look at the back, nice and glossy there. Fantastic. No special features though, that's a bummer. No special features. You can see there's a special features section there. I don't know if you can read that on the camera. But all it says is it has the an HD transfer from the original 35mm negative with extensive color correction, I should say, and trailers. Color correction is not a special feature. I'm sorry. You are not allowed to put that in your special features. That is cheating. So I cannot recommend it when it comes to whether you should buy it or not. It really depends. Have you seen Blue Monkey? Do you love Blue Monkey? If you're a fan like I am, then it should be on your radar. $35 is quite steep, so I would wait for a sale, or maybe wait for maybe the slip is sold out. I don't know. I haven't really followed it, but if the slip is sold out, you could probably get the Blu-ray by itself for, I don't know, during a sale maybe $15. I don't know. It's up to Code Red, Dark Force, whenever they have their sales. But overall, I'm happy to have this, but I can't recommend it for somebody who's never seen the movie, or even somebody who's seen the movie and just wants to add it to their collection for fun, because there aren't any features here to speak of. However, curb appeal, as they say, shelf appeal is phenomenal. So with that, my friend, I will bid you adieu. I hope you enjoyed this out and about review roundup. I certainly had a good time. This is the second time we do it like this, and I think I'm going to continue to do this. But for now, my friend, I'm going to bid you adieu. I've got some coffee to drink. Got to drive home now, and make sure the kids get their chocolates before they melt. So, pal, please remember your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos loves you just the way you are. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful for every moment of your life. I'll see you tomorrow, because I remain to be continued.